There are so many ways to give back in our area, and one place is the Boys and Girls Home of North Carolina, where they work to meet the needs of vulnerable children. Hannah Patrick is live in Lake-Waccamaw this morning with more on what they do and how you can get involved. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning, Jeff. Yes, I am in Lake-Waccamaw at the Boys and Girls Homes of North Carolina. We had a little bit of rain on the way in, but we are in Flemington Hall. I'm here with Gary Faircloth, who is the president and CEO. Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
Good morning, Hannah. It's great to have you here.
And for anyone who doesn't know, let's first talk about what is the Boys and Girls Homes of North Carolina.
Well, if I can answer it this way, first of all, thank you and WWAY for being a voice for children. Children are the largest voiceless minority in our country. And Boys and Girls Homes began serving children, being a voice for children in 1954, children who primarily were referred because of abuse and neglect. Early on, providing what I would call a great TLC program, good tender loving care, providing food, clothing, and shelter for children who might have been orphaned. Today, it's evolved a little bit differently. The children who come to us have been through a revolving door. Oftentimes 10, 15, even 20, and sometimes 25 placements of abuse and neglect. So we work with these children through providing therapeutic needs because of the terrific traumas that they've had in their lives. Many of those are taking psychotropic drugs to help them through the day and deal with this trauma. Probably 90% of those children are in therapy. But within our program, they live here on the campus. We have 9 different cottages that our children reside in. We have an on-campus school. So those are the routine days that children might have in a normal family as much as possible, recognizing that at our very best, we're second best to a real home. So the children who come to us, though, don't have that real home possible this time.
That is so cool. And we still have so much more to get to this morning. You said this is the building where it all started. The first 5 boys lived in this building.
That is correct. We found A.D. Peacock, who was a mortician from Whiteville, North Carolina. Had a vision and a dream that began the original story as he took a casket into a home. I know that's kind of an odd story, but in the earlier days they did that. And in that home there were 7 children covered with burlap bags in a bed, just trying to stay warm. No food, no heat in the home. So it was right at Christmas time, and they began a sponsorship for a family for Christmas, and they raised $167 by what they called a proffered hat at the door. Wow. At the Civic Club, excuse me.
Very cool.
And that started the program.
That is so interesting. And we still have, I can't wait to hear so much more. We are going to be out here all morning. We have several more live shots that we're going to do this morning, and we'll have more information on our website afterwards. We'll see you in a little bit. Jeff? Good morning, Jeff. I am in the lovely town of Lake-Waccamaw at the Boys and Girls Homes of North Carolina. We heard from the president earlier, and this is more than just a school and a home for kids that need help. They also do have other services like fostering, pairing parents with foster kids. I am with a foster parent. This is Jeanette Cunningham. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So let's first talk about, how did you get involved with the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Carolina?
I read about a class in the newspaper, and I decided to take the class for therapeutic foster parenting.
So where did they go from there?
You're licensed. You take extensive training. They make sure you're ready for the children, make sure your house is suitable for the children. You get licensed, and then they place children in your home.
And how many children have you fostered?
I fostered 5. I adopted 3.
3 boys, correct?
Yes, 3 lovely boys.
And they're all brothers?
Yes, ma'am.
What's it been like for you, fostering?
It's been challenging at times. I've cried a lot, but it's humbled me to raise other people's children. And it's really been a blessing to my life. They give me a lot, versus me giving them. They give me life, full of life all the time.
So what made you decide to want to adopt the children that you were fostering?
Because I fell in love with them, and we had a bond, a special bond, and I hated to see them go somewhere else.
And you also have biological children.
I do. I have 2 adult children and 2 grandchildren.
So you have a pretty big family.
Yes.
How's it been working with the Boys and Girls Homes of North Carolina? How did they help you through this process?
It's been pleasant. It's been a blessing to my life. It's been a blessing to the children, because all 3 boys came at 3 different times, and I was with another agency a long time ago, and When I came to the Boys and Girls Home, the balls got rolling. They advocate for my children, made sure if I couldn't make an appointment, they took the boys for me. It's like a family. It doesn't feel like an agency. I feel like family. The last time one of them came to my house, they got on the floor and played with the baby, and they're very personal. They really, really love the children.
So for anyone out there who is thinking about fostering, this is somewhere that would...
Yes, definitely. Definitely, yes.
Anything else you would recommend to anyone who's fostering or going through it?
Use your support source around you. Advocate for your children. When you feel like you're worn out, they take right over, just like family.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for talking with me and sharing your story this morning. We still have more to come, so stay with us. We'll be back.
From residential care to community-based services, the Boys and Girls Homes of North Carolina works hard to address the physical, emotional, and educational needs of vulnerable kids in our area. Hannah Patrick has been live in Lake-Waccamaw all morning on their campus. Let's check back in with her now. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning, Jeff. I've been out here all morning. We're having so much fun. The Boys and Girls Clubs of North Carolina, or Boys and Girls Homes, of North Carolina, they do so many things, so many great things. It's not just a school and a home for children who need help. They do so many other things. So I'm here with Donna Yalch, who can tell us a little bit more about what you guys offer.
Okay, we have community-based services, which is what I'm in charge of, and we do family foster care. We do therapeutic foster care, we do adoptions, we have the lake house, and we do confidential intermediary.
So what does all of that mean? What exactly are you doing?
We are really a continuum of care here at the Boys and Girls Homes, and what we do is family foster care is for kids who are being removed from their parents. They're in the custody of Department of Social Services, and they need a temporary home. And until the parents can work on what their issues are, and we can help the children deal with that. And we also advocate for shared parenting, where the kids can still visit with their parents. The parents are included in case plans and everything. Therapeutic foster care, that's for children who have mental health diagnoses, and they need a little bit more structure. The foster parents go through a little bit more training, just a little higher need of care. But they're all great kids. They've just seen so much trauma, and they've had a lot of trauma that's happened to them.
So what are we standing in right now? What building are we in?
This is a therapeutic foster care building. We provide, this is where the therapeutic foster care staff is. We also provide outpatient therapy here.
So the kids that go to school here aren't necessarily a part of your program.
Right. We have 5 different offices. We have an office in Raleigh, Fayetteville, Pink Hill, and Hampstead, and then of course here. And they're all out in the community. They're in, homes in the community.
So when we were talking about this a little bit before now, you need foster parents.
Yes, we desperately need foster parents. The opioid crisis in the state of North Carolina has just really made the number of children in foster care go up. And so we need people who have a heart for kids, who's willing to open their home and their heart to take care of these kids until they can go home, or sometimes they don't get to go home, and there's adoption. We have children who need to be adopted.
And we were just talking to a woman who was a foster parent and then adopted.
Yeah, she adopted 3 boys.
Yeah. And really quickly, I just want to talk. You were telling me before that you guys just got a grant from the state.
Yes, it's from the Governor's Crime Commission, and we will be serving victims of crime, children who are victims of crime, and their non-offending caretakers. And we will be providing therapeutic services and advocacy.
That is really cool. So for people who want to get involved, what do they need to do?
They need to call us at our office at 877-211-5322, and we can tell you where there's a class close to you.
Perfect. And we'll have all those details on our website. Okay. Thank you guys so much for having me this morning. We've been having so much fun. Again, we'll have all the details after the show on our website about everything we've heard about this morning. Live in Lake-Waccamaw, Hannah Patrick, WWAY News.